Well, when we got Cameron as an athlete, coming from Crotchet to Mount Snow, it was a pretty big step up for him, just terrain-wise. We saw progression starting from the first week, but obviously he didn't get the most progression until the end of the season when the conditions were a little softer and whatnot, which allows you to try more tricks. We got him, he was a decent all-around skier at the beginning of the year. I mean, he could just about slide any rail and hit any jump. Trick ability was, decent. I mean, he could do a little bit of stuff, front 270, 360, some 540 stuff. Not too much inverted stuff. I know in the past he had done, backflips and double backflips and stuff, but obviously that's depends on the jump and, the conditions and whatnot and the circumstances. He ended up really progressing hard the most at the end of the season. His rails really stepped up, started to get 450s, 630s, and and then 270s on, some pretzels, 270s to switch. There's so many rails that you can hit at Mount Snow that you have a lot of progression options within one run, 20 or 30 rails, where most mountains you can only hit 5 or 10 in a run, which really helped his progression a lot. And when it comes to jumps, we got him spinning up to 7, and then with his trampoline work that he did, his jumping came really long ways in the end of the season, starting with rodeos, bios, which he spins unnatural, which is really cool. He's got both 7s. He's got his cork 7 and rodeo 5s, rodeo 7s. Really good carving 5 safety that's corked out. He started to get his switch stuff, switch 180, switch 3, but obviously that takes a little more time than the other stuff. But I mean, really learning, his progression at the end of the season within the last month was day and night, and it was the ability to ski every day, train hard, and obviously with the appropriate options, jumps, rails, half pipes, and Mount Snow, it was able for him to really become an established all-around great park and pipe skier.
With all the conditions of the winter this year, how did Cameron train at MSA?
Due to the lack of snow this winter, we started off with a dryland regimen, probably for the first month and a half. It's one of the first years here on the East Coast we've never weren't able to ski for Thanksgiving. So we did a lot of exercising, dryland activities, core training, hiking, biking, other cross-training activities, building up strength. Cameron coming back from a back injury last year, really had to get into shape, and worked hard with myself and Ben, the race coach, doing all sorts of great strength building exercises. Then obviously they didn't get as much snow as we would have liked during the midwinter here. We pretty limited. Most of the snowmaking and stuff, really didn't get going till sometime into December. But they were good. They got our parks up, and we started training at Woodman's, which is a trampoline place with foam pit. Cameron really excelled there, and he has a trampoline at his house, but it's not a fly bed with a foam pit, so he really took a lot of the stuff that he had learned at his house, brought it there, then took it into the foam pit, and he was ready to take it to snow. And all the stuff that he learned at Woodman's, he pretty much did take to snow and landed before the end of the year. As the year progresses into the spring, we get a lot more corn snow, and it's just soft, and you can almost land on your back and get up and go try it again. With that in mind, he really started throwing down. Considering the conditions we had, he made the most of his winter. Cameron got a lot of great experience this winter, in action sports, videography, working with myself and Colby Dix. He was really, really good with the technology aspect of stuff, and I was working with Cameron on the skiing side with the follow cams, angles, just really getting creative with it. And I really think with skiing every day and getting the camera out there and getting behind the lens and really just put in the time and effort to get the shots. it's what he did, you know, and the video proof is in the evidence.